Greetings, Patrick Tipton here. You got a problem. Your World War II Jeep is spraying coolant all over the front of the engine and blowing back all over everything because your water pump failed. And it's either a seal or the bearing went bad, and you got a couple of options. One of them is you can go to your local auto parts store and tell them you have an L-head 134 motor from Jeep, and they'll sell you a fancy schmancy $100 water pump, and it'll bolt right up there and you can be on your way. And the good news is it's available and you can get them and they're pretty reasonably priced. The bad news is they have this little port right here, which is incorrect if you care about those things on your World War II engine. The second option is you got your original one and you can say, hey, can I rebuild it? What would it take to do that? So I'm going to show you here today. It's easy to do. You do need a couple tools. We'll run through that, but I think we can probably rebuild one of these things in less than 20 minutes. So let's get after it.
Step one is to remove the pulley, and you need a special puller to do this. You can either make it, or this one came from my buddy Rob Walsh. Do not try to use a standard gear puller, 3 or 4 jaw or even 2 jaw. It will bend that pulley and you will not be a happy camper. You need to use those bolts in order to pull it. So also I'm showing you in just a second, you want to bottom those bolts out so you don't mess up any threads, and out she comes.
Okay. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy.
So the next step is to remove the retainer clip, and they're sometimes hard to get out, so you want to use some sort of rust penetrant or anything else to get it out. This one popped right out, but do not break that thing off. If you do and then you press out the actual shaft, you may break the casting. Not always, but sometimes. So do your best to get that out without breaking it. So again, take your time. So now we're going to press out the impeller. I just grabbed a bolt and put it in there. Make sure you center it on the shaft and try to support the casting well. It takes a little force and it's going to kind of pop when you do it. It's a little bit unnerving the first time. And then make sure you catch the shaft at the bottom and out it comes. So many times the actual seal, and there's a little carbon washer in there, they're going to fall out. In this case, you can see they're stuck, and I'm trying to get them out. The carbon washer is, they really don't wear that much, and we're going to talk about how this whole thing works in a second, but I was trying to save it because sometimes you drop them. They're quite fragile, actually. Not in this application, but if you drop the thing, it will shatter. Ask me how I know. So next up, you need a rebuild kit. I get my rebuild kits from Peter DeBella Jeep Parts. They're beautiful kits. They come with a new carbon washer. They come with a new seal and spring, which is integral, and a brand new shaft, as well as the little clip that holds that shaft into the housing. And everything looks like an original part. They're beautiful. They work fantastic, and the price is right. So can't beat those. And so the little carbon washer is fragile and packed in cardboard. You got to cut that open. Again, be careful if you drop them, they'll shatter. Then we need to clean the actual seal surface in the housing and in the impeller. Again, the seal doesn't do very much work on these because that bearing is sealed and it actually really does most of the work, but you want a nice surface so you don't tear up that little rubber seal on both sides. Get that nice and clean. And then we are going to go over to the press in just a second and press in the shaft. There is a slot milled into the side of the shaft, and you're going to see that right in the kind of the middle of the actual bearing. We're going to press that down, and that's where the little retaining clip goes. So we're going to press that down to the slot that you see just above my thumb. Sorry for the bad picture, you can't see it, but you center that in the middle of the slot. And there's also a machined part actually in the housing itself, and it slides in the clip and locks in place, and now that shaft is locked into the housing, and you need to do that before you do the next step. So the next step is to press on the impeller. I'm using this socket as a stop to make sure that the shaft just bottoms out at the very edge of the impeller. And I've installed the seal. I've used a little bit of Vaseline on the seal, all the surfaces, just to make everything go in easily. And again, you're just going to bottom that thing out. When you feel you bottomed out, you know you're in the right spot. So last step is to press the pulley back on, and again, it's got an automatic stop on the bottom. You're just going to press it flush with the plate that we're pressing on, and on the other side, I need to use a socket to make sure that I am pressing, or some kind of a spacer, because my hydraulic press would press against the impeller and probably break it on the flange there. And so I really want to be pressing against the shaft to bottom the shaft against the face of the pulley. And once that gets done, I'm in good shape here. Look at that.
All right, guys. Right tools, super easy to restore a water pump, and your World War II Jeep water pump is no exception. But you need three things. Number one, you need a puller to get this front pulley off. You cannot use sort of standard pullers because you are going to bend the pulley. You don't want to do that. So you must pull it from the 4 screw holes that mount the fan blade to the front of the pulley. So there are adapters that are made. You can make your own. However you get it done, pull it from those screw holes. That's one. 2, you need a shop press. It's not that precision of an operation, but there's a fair amount of force involved. Yeah, you can take a brass mallet and hammer things out, but you may break the casting, which will really tick you off, number one. And 2, it's just a lot of work to do it that way. Shop presses are cheap now. You can go to Harbor Freight. It's not an advertisement for them, but that shop press, I bought that one there. I think it was less than $200 all in, with coupon maybe $160 or something. So super cheap. Use it all the time. Get one. You'll be happy you have it. Lastly, you need a great replacement set of parts. And so give Pete DeBella Jeep Parts a call. These are beautiful kits. The parts look just like the World War II parts. Everything works, everything fits. What more can you say? The price is reasonable. It's less than $100. So give Pete a call, tell him Pat sent you, and you want to rebuild your World War II Jeep G503 water pump. So I hope you're out in your shop. I hope you're working on your Jeep. I hope you're having fun. Thanks for watching. Tune in for other content on our YouTube channel. I don't know where you're seeing this, maybe Facebook or YouTube or Insta, but we have a good YouTube channel, I hope, and we're doing all kinds of fun stuff, restoring Jeeps, restoring weasels, playing with mules, other stuff. So tune in, you subscribe if you like it, and again, thanks for tuning in. Patrick Tipton, I'm signing off. You keep your corner square. We'll see you soon.